Hi, today I want to do a quick review on the Westside Barbell Scout Hyper. I wanted to wait to do the review so I could use it, so I had enough experience with it to provide a good review. I bought this Scout Hyper because it's different than most that you see out there, the reverse hyper, because it's portable, so it folds in. I have a small bedroom gym, as maybe you've seen on some of my other videos, so I needed something that wasn't going to take up a very big footprint. The problem with reverse hypers is they're massive. You can see, I mean, just tall, this thing is 46.5 inches tall. And this is smaller than a lot of the other reverse hypers, which is why I chose it. I mean, you're looking at 21 inches, 22 inches really, deep here. You're looking at about 27 inches here. And then if you're also going to go all the way to the handles, you're probably looking about 46.5 inches. So the actual footprint of this, even though this one's a little bit smaller, is pretty big. But the benefit of this one is that it folds up and stores away, which is awesome. When folded, it's only 13 inches deep. So that's really good. It's 86 pounds. So that's light, I guess, in context. If you look at some of the other reverse hypers, an example, the RH2 from Rogue reverse hyper is over 200 pounds. And this is, you know, 86 pounds. It's a lot lighter. But still, to move that around, it's not super light. The other nice thing about the Westside Scout Hyper is the price. So it's $385 before shipping. It seems expensive, but if you start looking at reverse hypers, I mean, they can go in the thousands and thousands of dollars. If you look at some of the cheaper reverse hypers that are still of good quality, for example, the RH2 that Rogue has, you're looking about $800. You can get the mount on if you have a monster version rack, and even just the mount on, you know, it kind of mounts the pad. That's almost, it's under 700, but it's like 655. You get like the Rogue Donkey, which is cool, but it's huge. It's over $2,000. There's also the Rogue Z Hyper, which is over $900. And then if you start looking like at the old real Westside Barbell reverse hypers and stuff, you're looking in the thousands of dollars. So reverse hyper, I guess you need to figure out, do you want a reverse hyper? Because it's only typically for one exercise. Right, so if you're really looking for something to build strength on your posterior chain, there are other ways to do it than a reverse hyper, but the reverse hyper does something that you can only do with a reverse hyper. But it's a big investment because it's expensive and a big footprint for basically one exercise. You can find some other things to do with the reverse hyper, but it's really intended for one exercise that you may do a couple times a week. I've been using this 2 to 3 times a week. And it works well. Now, when I first ordered it and it came in, it made a funny noise. So as I would swing up, and I'll show a video, it made a weird kind of a clicking noise. Kind of annoying, but I ended up, you know, just, it didn't really impact the functionality. But as I started to use it more, that clicking noise persisted and even got worse. So I took a video, I contacted Rogue and said, is this normal? My biggest thing, it was annoying, but my biggest thing is it's kind of scary when you're up high on this and it's clicking, you don't want it to fail. Rogue said, no, that's not normal, send it back. So they sent UPS here. UPS picked it up and they sent me this one. Now I looked online, I haven't seen anybody else with this issue. But I had the issue, Rogue fixed it. I've had no issue with this, this actual Westside Barbell Scout Hyper. So it's worked great for as long. I've had it for a couple months since they sent me the new one. But here's some footage of the sound. Okay, so the big benefit of this version of the reverse hyper is it has these pop pins right here. And the pop pins, if they're in, you're good to go. When they're out, you're good to fold it. So if you pull these out, all you have to do to fold this is go up, kick the leg, boom, and there it is. Now notice it stands on itself, which I think is a huge benefit. So you can see, there it is, and it stands. So I really like this. It's compact. You can lay it down. Here's my issue, is I don't mind folding it up like this. This is easy. This is my bed. So I have a bedroom gym. So this bed pulls out. So that means every time, every night that this is right here in my space, I have to pick it up like this. You can see there's no good handles on this. So I have to pick it up, move it, find a spot for it, then bring my bed down. Then the next morning, because it's in an awkward spot, I got to put it back down, find a spot, come down. Like I say, it's not hard. Pop pin, and there you go. And then use it from the other side. So now it's backwards because I turned it around. But so for me, that's a lot. Moving it every day. If I just had to fold it up every day, it'd be great. So I sold this one. I sold it to a buddy of mine just because I think for my space and my setup, for just one exercise, it's not worth it. Now, if I had a better setup, is this worth the price? Is this worth $385 before shipping? It absolutely is. It's great. The one thing about this more portable version of a reverse hyper as compared to some of the bigger ones is, number one, you're not going to be able to put as much weight. So the actual, which I'll talk about this too, there's a pin it comes with, which is annoying to me, but you can pull this pin out, and I actually take the pin off, but the pin holds your arm in place when you fold it. You don't really need the pin. But the actual loadable sleeve length per each side, let me actually measure it. It's only about just over 5.5 inches. So if you have bumper plates, you're not going to be able to get much more than you're not going to be able to get much weight on there. If you have iron plates or calibrated plates, you'd be able to get more. But the other issue is once you start loading this up heavier than say 120 pounds, it does kind of start to shake a little bit. I've linked in Coop's review, Garage Gym review. He does a great review of this piece of equipment. So I recommend, number one, watch his review. And normally I don't like to do reviews if somebody else has done a really good one, unless I have some differing thoughts or some additional comments, which I did on this one because they had to send me a new one. But watch Coop's because he loads it up pretty good, and you can see it kind of move. It's not quite as sturdy. It's just because it's smaller and it's not as heavy. So if you're looking to do a ton of weight, this probably is not the option for you. If you're looking at a reverse hyper that is portable, inexpensive, for lighter weight, just to build that posterior chain strength, you're not going to find a better product than this. This is, however, it doesn't say Rogue on it, but it is a Rogue product. It's made in China. So it's one of the few things Rogue makes that's not American made. And I think they did that to keep the price point. It's well made, but it is made in China, so it doesn't quite have the same fit and finish as some road products. But like I said, the pad's nice. I feel like it's gonna last. You know, it's sturdy. It's well designed. I think design's the nicest thing about it. Overall, it's a good product for a good price if it fits the criteria that you're looking for, in that you're not, like I said, looking to go heavy, and you need to be portable. If you already have a dedicated space for a reverse hyper and you have the room for it, then I would save up and get a bigger reverse hyper. So, hope that helps. We'll see you next time. Adios.